All right, what is up, everyone? It is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com. This is going to review the review for February 13th, 2020. As always, going over the S&P 500, Dow Jones, Russell 2000, Nasdaq, and gold futures, because these are the markets I'm trading right now. So we'll start off here with the S&P 500, because currently there is a live trade setup going on right now. Unfortunately, I missed it and wasn't able to get in for it, but let me show it here real quick. So let me delete this. So what we're looking on right now is the expanding triangle. You see the first point right here, second, third high, fourth lower low, and there's the fifth right there. So let me show you where I would have gotten in right here. It would have been in taking that lower pivot, that higher pivot, that's point, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 2. And then you can see right here, let me remove this pink line up. This is from yesterday's 123.6 from the previous day's highs and low. I need to go readjust that here real quick, so get rid of that. So as you can see, went up here and ticked the 1.236% level up here. That would be your first entry. I was looking at this, not really paying attention though, and then all of a sudden it goes bam, ticked it up here real quick. So this is a current live trade for it. The current exit would be, I'll just draw a little box for it and make it blue. There we go. So that'd be the top of this box right here, the exit at the 50%. It's at 33.79.75. I would make it a little bit higher. I'd make it probably about 38.50, 33.80.75. That's probably where I'd make it. And I'll tell you why that I'll probably start going a little bit higher than normal on these type of setups for it, because today it screwed me out of one that we'll talk about later on the Nasdaq. So that's kind of where. Sorry about that, mic just fell off. Let me just readjust this ghetto thing right here. Sorry about the sound quality. I know it's not the best, but oh well, it is what it is. So anyways, yeah, so that's it. So that's trade we're in right now, or not in the trade, but it is a live trade. If it does come back up and hit, let's see here, 123.6, I'll get in, and then the second entry would be, move these trend lines out of the way right here, because as you can see, it broke out of the trend line right there, so just another reason to get in. Second entry would be up here at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Then I have the exit somewhere in between here in the 200, probably around like 33.97, something like that would be the, or excuse me, that'd be the stop loss up there. And then the entry or the exit, I would just, it kept on going higher, just keep dragging it up, dragging it up, dragging it up, and it'd be just north of the 50%. So yeah, if it goes back up there, I'll be looking at getting in. But I probably, because I do this at night before I go to bed, these reviews, so I probably wouldn't get in it and let it stay overnight, just because too many things could happen to it. Like it could go up there, keep my first entry, knock out the exit, and then go up again and get me in again when I didn't want to be in, since the move was already over. But today anyways, today we had a couple setups. I don't think, did I take anything in here on the ES? No, I don't think I took anything over here on the ES. Here you have a 78.6% short right here. I'll just show you real quick. There, hit the 78 right there, so that's the first line we're looking for, and then we're looking for the retracement back up to at least a 23.6 to solidify it. There, it hit it. So then if it breaks down lower down there, we would be looking at getting in. Came down, broke down, hit 22.6, easy win, get out of there. But it would be hard to get in. You would have to switch over to the 1 minute chart to try to do that. Here's one over here that wasn't a valid one. Let me show you why, because one of the filters I have, I use this shift pitchfork, and since this never closed below, even on the 1 minute chart, I'll show you on the 1 minute chart here, because that's sometimes the way I filter to get in, see nothing closed below the bottom shift pitchfork line. This is a trade that never happened, so I'll go ahead and take that off, don't even need it on there. Then we have one more up here. That was another easy win, 78.6. You hit it right there, as you can see, and we go draw that to that, went up there and hit the 23.6, and that's that. So it's currently in an expanding trade right there. Hopefully when I wake up in the morning, probably won't, but the way the stock market's been going, who knows? But let me show you how I draw my kind of roadmap for the day, since I haven't done it for today yet. These blue lines right here, they just added on to the previous day's highs and low. And so I just take Fibonacci levels down to right there. This box right here is the 50 to 61.8 level. It just kind of shows me, look for if there's a move back down to the middle of it, look for resistance or support right around there. Oops, didn't want to delete that, but that's okay. Then the pink line right here is just the 1.236% extension level off the previous day's highs and lows. And the black line is the 1.618, because normally that usually stops it from going any further if it's a huge move down the day. Usually it doesn't stop it all the time, but the majority of the time, if there is a huge move like that, it will stop it, and at least for that day. And these orange boxes down here are just these blue orange boxes are the 1 hour time frame. That's the 50, 61.8, and this is the 61.8 to 78.6 right there. And so that's it. So that basically gives me the roadmap for the day to what to look for. Let me take that off right there. And yep, so that's that. If price continues to, let's see this right here, we'll draw that to that. Because I mean, look how that lines up perfectly right there. That is actually probably a safer entry than this one right here, because I would expect it to go up there, since we have from the expanding triangle move right there. We have this 1.618 lines up perfectly with the 1.236 from previous day's high and low. So even if it does come up here and it hits the 1.236, this is normally where I'd get in the first time, but I'll probably forgo that and look to get in somewhere up around here. Have the stop loss somewhere around there. If it hits, no big deal. And then the last thing I draw for this move right here is the shift pitchfork using the first 3 points of the expanding triangle, and that's another kind of move forward. So since it's already on the underside of it, hasn't gone over it, doubtful that it will go up on the north side, but hopefully by the time I wake up in the morning, price will have gone up, hit that up there, won't have come back and hit the 50% level yet, and be looking to get in for it. So that's the ES 500. I'm gonna fast forward over here to the Nasdaq, because this is the one that, oh man, it broke my heart today. So this is yesterday's previous day's high lows with the 1.236. There you can see the box, there you can see that. So I think I mentioned at the end of the video, price was touching on like around here at the bottom of the shift pitchfork, and I was looking to get short right there before I ended the video. So when I ended the video, price is somewhere around here. I went to take a shower, and when I came back, price was right around there. You can see the red arrow right here. I got in at 95.77. And then let me zoom out here a little bit and show you. I'll go to 15-minute here just so I can get the Fibonacci extension levels on here, or the retracement levels drawn from the bottom of that one to the high of it right there. What I was looking for was because this is the expanding, super huge expanding one, because as you can see, that first entry levels don't always work all the time for the 1.236 and 1.618. Hold on, let me go get it again, try it again here. So as you can see, the price just hit it, low resistance, hit it, more resistance, and then just blew through it. So that would have stopped me out if I had taken that trade, but no big deal, because when it does that, this means that there's going to be 2 other trades that you can get in right here. The first one that we would look for is this one right here. When it comes back and hits the shift pitchfork for the first time, first entry is the median line, second entry is the green line, third entry is the blue line. And now I have it is, I usually have the stop loss, I don't know, about, I usually take it from about the top of that line to the bottom of that line, have it about at 1.618 level right there, and leave it there. There we go. And then I usually have the exit just a tad bit more right there, and that is that trade, maybe up to the 2.5 area right there, maybe up to the 200, but just to ensure that I have a little bit more than a 1-to-1 ratio for the median line. And then of course for the next two, this one, that one, you'll have more. So normally when price comes down and hits that, it gets a ton of support for it and bounces back up. And then the third trade I have for it is when it finally breaks the shift pitch, closes below it, looking it in short. That is exactly what happened yesterday. So let me back it up here a little bit. Oh, there it is right there. So got in right here. You can see the red arrow. Let me highlight it. This is, I use AMP futures for my trading. So there you go, 95.77. Got in right there. And then I had my exit. This is the 50% Fibonacci level, this green line right here at about 95.03. Well, I had my exit at about 95.05, 95.06. I don't remember exactly. I know I always keep it a little bit off of the hard exit level just to ensure you get filled if it comes down and hits it, which it normally does. Well, as you can tell, it went all the way down to 95.11.25, and by the time I woke up, it was about right in here-ish. So it had retraced some. So what I did, it was at that 95.77. I put my exit at about 95.75 or so. I removed my stop loss down to 95.75 because I was hoping that price would move back down from, I think when I first spotted it, we're about right here-ish. And go back down and close it out. But as you can see, the opposite happened. And you can see here the blue line, where did it get out? 95.73.75, and what is that? 95.77. So, you know, enough to cover the commissions for the trade and slight profit. But I was like, dadgum, man, that would have been a really nice win for it. And then my stop loss was, if I got in about right here, stop loss would have been about to a little over to the top of that shift pitchfork right there. If it just reversed back up and hit it, no big deal. But as you can see, with that, the stop loss, you know, for 1-to-1 win, it would have had to go right there. And if I had it, and then let me show you the previous day's high-low, because as you can see right there, maybe I should start leaving that on there as a guide as well, because you can see it bounced off of that perfectly before it reversed. So maybe being safe, have it down there next time, because I guess there is just a ton of support down there, a lot of buy orders, and it just made that hammer, bounced right back up. But the way I was looking for it, I was looking for that 50% lined up perfectly with that, almost perfect at 1.236. So I figured just come back down here. But obviously that the previous day high-low line right there, the low line, that was the major support area. So probably next time I'll be looking, let's see where the 200 was at. 200 is way up there anyways, that doesn't matter. So probably next time I'll probably be even safer and just get out right there, because what is it, 73-ish? That would have been that. That would have been right there. And yeah, that would have been a little over 1-to-1. I always make sure I have a little over 1-to-1 on these type of trades, just to make sure, even if I just average a 50% win-loss ratio for it, I'll always be slightly in profit. So always like at least a 1.1, 1.2 win-to-loss. You know, risk to reward, or reward to risk, whatever for it. For the 8.6 trade, obviously that's a more high risk trade, but that one works a lot faster. But anyway, so that was that one right there. Really stunk, but oh well, didn't lose any money. So then the rest of the day, I don't think I took anything else on the NQ. There's an entry right here, came down and hit one. Inch right there, came up and hit one, and for all intents and purposes, I just left this. Well, I just left that shift pitchfork on here. But normally I wouldn't call it until the 50% line gets hit, but it did come down very close, and now it's just going off again. So, and this shift pitchfork line has just been, you know, going up back and forth. You can tell it's a pretty legitimate channel the way it's going. But I don't. Once it's been violated, those two areas, that one right there, and then when it breaks out right there, I'm done with it. And since it came pretty close to the 50% before it moved back up, I'm calling this trade done right here. So I'm going to take that shift pitchfork off of there and look for other setups for it. And I'll go back in later and redo this for the previous high lows for today, so y'all don't have to see it again. All right, for the Dow Jones, I believe, yeah, there was a trade I took today. Hold on, let me get that off and that off. Yeah, so it's gonna be this one right here. It was a long trade for it. And as you can see right here, it looks like there is fixing to be another trade going up to the long side over here that's fixing to happen. Here's a trade right here that never happened. So what I was looking for, all right, so using that pivot point high up here, that one over there, all the way down here. See price hit the 70.6, starts the trade right there. And then what you look for is price to come back down at least to the 23.6 to lock it in. So that was the first one. This was one trade, the first trade that I believe I had missed. Was it? No, I'm sorry. It was from this one right here. Yeah, so that was it. So if you go down to the 1 minute chart right here, let me see here. Hold on, let me get myself confused with it. Let me put the shift pitchfork on to filter it out a little bit more. So, as you can see right here, price did close barely above it right there, and enough to kind of, well, that's the 5 minute chart. Let me go down to the 1 minute chart right here. You can see price did close north of it right there and then got pushed back down, so I considered that an entry, but I was going to be very careful with it. So where I got in with it, I'll go back to 5 minutes so it's easier to see here, because this was a really quick trade to get in and out of. All right, so there's the blue arrow, so I was at 29,471, which is right here is where I got filled. So went and got filled right there, excuse me. One got filled right there. Had my original, okay, since you know what, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I put my exit instead of usually at the top of the 100% line right there. I put it down just slightly because you did have this trend line coming down right here that I want to make sure I get out of it, because as you can tell, it's creating kind of like a head and shoulders sort of setup right here. So when got filled, small little win right there. Where did I fill that right there? 29,490. 29,471, so 19 pips or ticks, whatever you want to call it, for the Dow Jones. So that was that trade right there, just super small scalp for it. So yeah, that was about it. Yeah, that was the entry that went and hit that, and then got out right there. So that was that one. All right, and then I know I had one in gold today, and yeah, and then had one in Russell right here. That last one on the Dow, that was a little bit of a cluster right there. But anyways, so here is the Russell 2000. This is a 70.6 trade. It came down and hit the 70.6. Let me just show you why this is kind of orange right here, because what this represents right here with the red box, this is the 50 to 61.8, and this right here is the 61.8 to 78.6. So what that tells me is we are in a resistance area right here. So we need to be careful about going long. And what I do here, of course, I go long. So don't kind of listen to what I'm doing. Or my own advice. So that's 70.6, went down and hit that, and so then it went up and hit that. So what we're looking for now is coming back and hit the 23.6, lock it in. There it is. All right, so we can start looking for a trade. If it breaks north above that line in the shift pitchfork line, let me make this a little bit bigger, and then let me go draw the shift pitchfork right here. There we go. So price came, broke north of it right there, and you can go down to the minute chart. I'm not going to worry about it though to get it a little bit more clear. But broke in right there, and I got in at because I believe I was trading off the 1 minute chart right here. I got in at 1689.10 because after it closed, I put my entry right there. Right about here-ish, and again, this is 1 minute chart. So I was in. Actually, we'll just go to 1 minute. It's no big deal. Here we go. Alrighty. So yeah, there's the 1 minute charts just to help get a little bit clearer for the entries for it. So yeah, there it was. Is this bar right here, 0.1. All right, there I am in right there. And as that one had closed on the outside of it, got in right there, had my exit at usually a couple below that. I think it's 1690 probably 0.1 or 0. Let's see where I end up having it. Oh, 1690.4. Wow, I got a really good fill there right there. Okay. Wait, no, it's 1690.1. Yeah, so that's where I had my exit. Within the next bar, next minute, came up, filled, got out of there. So quick, easy win for it. These are the ones you like to see for the 78.6 trade right here. Just quick and easy, and be done with it. Was there another one? I think the last trade on there was in gold. That was the last one I took. Let me see here. Yep, the last one was in gold. Here's another one that would have been a winner as well. Went over the NQ, went over the Dow Jones, I believe. Yeah, went over Dow Jones. Let's go check, see what ES is doing so far. Oh, it's coming back up. Okay, hopefully it keeps going up. All right, so lastly, gold right here. This one is actually 2 trades in one, which is the reason why I closed to the end of this day. What time is that? Yeah, 3:15. Or actually, yeah, 3:15. That's Eastern time. So it was 3 trades in one. Let me go to the 1 minute chart because actually was the one I was trading off of it for there. So as you can see right here, it's pivot point high, low. Here it comes up in here and it's the 78.6 trade over there. Hits the 78.6 trade. So now all it has to do, come down, hit the 23.6, hit that easily. So then what we're looking for right here is we're just going to take the low all the way up there to that high. That's going to be the hard X right there, 1.236. Once price breaks out of the shift pitchfork right there, based on those 3 things. I'm going to move this yellow line down and get that out of the way. So as you see, price eventually comes down, broke out of that, but that wasn't enough for me to get in right there. I was going to wait for, I was going to play safe for some more, so then right here start breaking out. So I got in, where did I get in at? All right, there's the exit at 1580.5, and there's the entry right here at 1579.2. So I ended up getting in right there after all that breakout stuff had happened. Got it right there. I decided to rather than trying to go up here for the 1.236, I just want to get out at the 0% line. Either way, it would work either way. Well, let me tell you how it works. So when price goes up here and it hits the 0% line, then the exit still should stay up here at the 1.236 line. But then once price comes back after hitting the 100% line, that dark blue line hits the light blue line, then you move your exit just south of that right there. So as you can see, it hits the dark blue line, comes back, hits the light blue line, and then goes up there and hits again. So either way, it would got me out, but I just got out a little bit earlier right here, no big deal. And so yeah, that was a quick win for that one. And another reason why I took it was because here on the 1 minute chart, let me get the shift pitchfork and that stuff out of the way, is we also had an expanding triangle or broadening triangle potentially as well up to the long side, because here you have the first pivot, second pivot, that's a low, higher high, third, lower low, fourth. And so then from there it was in all this mess over here. I was looking for it to go higher, and what I was looking for is it to break this high right here at 1580.2, which is why I put my exit right here at 1580.3. So as you can see, it came up here and take it out of it, and I was happy with from 1579.2 to 1580.3. So happy with that trade, the way it worked out. It's kind of 2 setups in one. So normally when you have like 2 kind of, even though this was more of like a potential long setup, based upon that it also had this 78.6 trade on there, took it, you know, after pretty much the markets were closed. So anyways, that was the trading that happened today. This is the one I'm currently really looking at right now. Not going to get in it right here. So hopefully in the overnight session, price continues to climb up over here, gets to about right there, starts stalling out, and then I'll look to get in somewhere right here. Probably if I get in right here, I'll have my exit probably all the way up here around the, or excuse me, the stop loss all the way up around 200, a little bit higher than normal, but my first entry isn't up here till 33.93. Then my stop loss probably won't be, it normally will be a little bit higher, around 33.98, more a tad bit higher. And then the exit level, all I'm going to do, actually let me put on the previous day high low, see if that's going to mess me up at all, like it did for the Nasdaq. Now I'm all, so let's see, where's, okay, that was 6.18. Yeah, you know what, man, yeah, I may, if it does come up there and hit that, I may even just have my exit down right here on the previous day high low, since the Nasdaq from yesterday has me all scared about it. But anyways, that's that. Normally it'll be at 50%, so we'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's that, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.